Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on another live stream for Monday. I recently mixed up a whole bunch of new colors and I'm so excited to use them. But first, let's take a look at what we did last Monday. Here is an update of those pour paintings. The video is called Moody. I'm thinking about retitling it to Moody Monday. These colors were mixed using storm cloud gray, black, yellow, and white. Thankfully, these mini canvases have not warped as they have in the past, so there's definitely been some improvement in the quality. Granted, I found these at the dollar store for $1.25 in a pack of 3. Which is awesome. Here is everything that I found at Michael's. They were having a surprising sale on their pour paint, as well as some other brands, and I just had to grab them. This one especially, since it has a real unique blue sheen to that beautiful, almost robin's egg blue teal green. Have you heard of the storybook Give a Mouse a Cookie? I think the artist equivalent would be give an artist canvas and they will ask for some paint. So let's have a quick look at those colors that I've been mixing all throughout the week. So I'm not really sure what to call this one. It is more on the orange and bronze kind of sunset shimmer side of color. It's really tropical feeling. There is a gold shimmer inside of it. It's really pretty in person. So I'm excited to see what it looks like on the canvas. Now, some of you might actually recognize this bottle when I was working on one of my previous pour paintings. This is the very same bottle that was full of a beloved bronze color that I had that ended up exploding and almost covering my picture that I was working on. It was full of paint skins down at the bottom and the bottle just popped. And here is a quick look at the pour painting that almost got destroyed by that bronze color. As I was pouring in the cup, I just about missed this canvas, and I could have completely covered it with that bronze color. Thankfully, it all just kind of drops down into my tub and down into the void. A closer look at this bottle shows that the lid is not sitting flush against the neck of the bottle, and that was more than likely the problem. On to the next color that I mixed up, and due to the lack of name suggestions in my live stream, I am going to call this color Unnamed Orange. It is more yellow than orange in person. There is a little bit of a gold sparkle inside, but nothing truly substantial. But I just couldn't come up with a name for this color, so it's going to be Unnamed Orange. Next up, we have a color I'm calling Pony Nose Pink, as it reminds me of a paint color that I once mixed up back when I worked at Painter's Alley in Stanwood, Washington. I was able to mix up my own colors and purchase them, take them home, and use them in my crafts. This does have a little bit of a gold shimmer in it, so I'm excited to see what it gives us in our pour paintings. Next up, we have a color I am calling Penny Princess. This is going to be the new equivalent of the bronze color that I just about lost during one of my pour paintings. To make up this color, I used orange, red, yellow, white, and gold. Both the white and the gold really helped to tone down. The red, orange, and the yellow was just liquidy enough to not disperse a whole lot of colorant into the mixture. So it actually came out this more muted copper that I've actually really been enjoying. The last color that I made here is more like lavender purple despite the separation at the top of the bottle. Not entirely sure what's going on there, but let's have a quick look inside. Inside it looks more like a lavender flower that has already bloomed versus the more pastel washed out purple that I was going for, but we are finally away from the Barney purples. For our first background color, I went with the black tempera paint. Now that we have some new paint colors to play around with, let's use some new paint cups. So one thing that's been really consistent is this really interesting halo effect that I get from these little paper tubes. So I'm definitely going to be using those in today's pour paintings. Alright, let's get that set aside and mix our first cup. There's still a little window left, so I'm definitely going to take opportunity and use this one. In goes the unnamed orange, followed up by Penny Princess. And then we've got Pony Nose Pink, followed up by a normal pour painting white to help sink some of those colors and pull them down into the center. And then we are going to open up this ready to pour fluid art gold and see what we get. Now that we have all of our colors in our cup, let's have a quick look. Do you see anything? If you do, take a screenshot, outline it, and send it to me. I'm gonna have to apologize. My camera angles are not currently the best, so what looks off-center on camera looks pretty dead set for me. But let's just go with it. A little bit of artistic chaos never really hurt. So this is already half full of paint. Again, do you see anything in the center? So what I'm doing here is I am actually disrupting the colors that are sitting on top, because as soon as I pull the tube up, this is what is going to be in the center of our pour painting. Now what do you see? Oops, time's up. To help cover all of my corners, I'm just using what's left over in the paint tube to help cover the sides. Looks like we've got some little itty bitty cells that are forming up there. And in the live stream comments, Gamer Chick Gonna Win says this makes her think of Sherbet. I totally see it. I want Sherbet now. Let's take a closer look before I start tilting everything. So while I am tilting everything all around, there is so much paint that's left on this canvas. I'm actually going to take out one of my other canvases and I'm going to dribble the paint on top so that way less goes down into the void there. Do you see anything? Now, because we already dribbled a good amount of the paint off onto another canvas, there's still a whole lot left on this one. So we are going to take it away and put it on the Lazy Susan to spin out. In the meantime, I'm going to add a little bit more to this cup and pour off the excess. Let's turn around to the Lazy Susan now. Whee! is a close look of our pour painting after going a few spins on the Lazy Susan. Got some really interesting cell structures and some blending of colors. But I like where we're at, so we're going to take that, put it aside, and we are going to add this little one here on the Lazy Susan, spin it out a bit, and just kind of see what happens. Now it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of paint left on there, so I'm going to add some more to the cup and just pour it right on top, spin it out, and see what we get. Discovered a few little holes that haven't been covered up by the paint, so little dabs here and there help to cover those up. Alright, and here's a closer look at our pour painting. Very nice. It reminds me a lot of sandstone or jasper, just the way how everything ebbs and flows. Very nice. Okay, let's have a quick look at everything that we did today. This is going to be part 1 of 3 from last Monday's pour paintings. Keep an eye on my Instagram and my YouTube channel for updates, and I hope to see you next Monday. Bye for now.